You know, I love value investing, and this is a bipartisan project that should have been in play 4 years ago. But where the fuck is the money coming from, guys? Hey everyone, Steve here from 11inch, a channel where we talk about lucrative but sound investment strategies and opportunities recommended by viewers like you. Today we're going to talk about Trump's latest comment about infrastructure, roads, bridges, and 5G. How likely is it going to happen? What are the risks? What are the potential gains? And now we're going to talk about what my recommendations are. If this is the type of content you've been looking for, please hit the like button and let's get started. Let's just start in the beginning of the video. Yes, I think there's a huge problem with where is the money coming from, because my Asian senses are tinkling. I hate the fact that we're already in $1 trillion debt and this is $1 trillion project. Of course, it's not going to be a one-time sum of money because they're going to spread it over, several years, right? But how many years? How much more debt? How does this all work out? In a way, this is the best time to get a financing right now because the interest rates are so low. But at the same time, when are we going to pay off any of this stuff? That being said, infrastructure is one of those buckets we've been kicking down the road for way too long. We're seeing other countries catch up, if not done better jobs than us. We need to do something. How it's going to be done is a little bit concerning. Just because we know Trump is about cronyism, we also know that Trump tends to say things without anything happening. So just between those two things, I think the risk is pretty high that things are not going to happen anytime soon. But if you invest in one of these companies, they're eventually going to pay out because we are eventually going to have to update our infrastructure. The safest bet that is short term is probably 5G, because regardless of whether the government steps in or not, that is something we need to do. The tech sector is going to drive that forward either way. Yes, the rural areas are going to suffer, but to move us forward as a tech-driven society, we have to have faster internet. So if I were to make a bet that will pay off sooner, it'll be around the 5G. But let's circle back again, because there essentially are two players that are worth looking at, right? And that is, what the fuck is it called? Marietta and Vulcan Materials, because they operate at those scales and have government contracts. Those are a much safer bet. Even if this thing doesn't go through, those companies will still grow because those investments happen anyway. If this $1 trillion stimulus gets passed, then yes, those companies might grow a little bit faster. But even so, we don't know how many years are these projects spread out, how are they being paid. Frankly, I think it's still boring, but if you were to invest in two companies, those might be the two companies. And if you want to play an even safer route, invest in the ETF that's for infrastructure. That is a much safer approach. It's going to happen eventually, right? It's essentially like buying gold. You just park your money in there. My challenge to you, though, is that infrastructure-related projects, they tend to not do very well during recessions. Yes, the whole point of this is to stimulate the economy, if not for other political reasons. But experts have quoted that it's only going to generate about 1 million jobs. 1 million in the grand scheme of things, that's very small. 5G, however, is something that we need to invest in either way, and that's most likely going to happen sooner because this infrastructure is going to push forward all other technology, and therefore I like that bet a lot more. If you want to invest in the infrastructure side of the projects, there are two major companies to look at: Crown Castle and American Tower. These companies are already making a shit ton of money, and they're growing already way past the COVID dip. So the concern is that maybe it's overvalued, but at the same time, this is something that needs to be done. You can also invest on the carrier side. The number one carrier, based on my sources, around this 5G project is probably Verizon. T-Mobile is a close second. So the way I would recommend you looking at this is look at Verizon and T-Mobile's business, the rest of their business. See how you like it. See how they operate as a business in terms of providing value prop. Nationwide coverage versus cheap coverage for everyone. These are very, very different plays. See which one you like and see which one you want to invest in. That's how I would do it. In summary, I would not invest on Trump's $1 trillion comment, especially because this is an election year. The Democrats were talking about a $500 billion project. and just magically Trump is now talking about something that costs twice as much. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think there is political play to be had here. At the same time, infrastructure needs to be updated, 5G needs to be updated sooner. So I think that you should invest in value, not in hype. Trump's comments, I think that's hype. Even if the Democrats said it, I also think that's hype. The likelihood of it passing, I think, is more likely that's going to pass after the election than right now. So that's not very far away from now either, but it's not a 3 to 6 month bet. I think there are more interesting companies you look at during this time. And frankly, I think it's pretty dangerous to invest in the next 3 to 6 months anyway, because it definitely looks like COVID is coming back. So the COVID dip version 2 might be coming back. So I am super concerned, and I really think that you guys all should be very careful with your money. Alright guys, I hope you found this content useful. If you know any investors who are not already subscribed, please share this content so that we can grow the community together. Kevin, really appreciate you making this recommendation. If you guys all have any questions or concerns, leave a comment. If you have any requests, please leave a comment as well. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to working with you next time.